You know how sometimes people try to act like they're from the upper class? It can be pretty obvious when they're just pretending. From putting on fake accents to over the top luxury purchases, these things can give them away. But let's be real, being yourself is always the best way to go. Hi there. Welcome to Luxio, the place where we motivate and inspire future billionaires like you. Let's talk about some of the telltale signs that someone is faking it and trying to be seen as upper class. Have you ever stopped to wonder why this is happening? Well, let's see. Number 1. They talk differently to sound smart or act like they're always right. When you see someone acting like they're always right, even when they're not, it's a sign they're pretending to be upper class. But being smart doesn't mean always having the right answer. Admitting to not knowing something shows a willingness to learn and grow. Unfortunately, public education often teaches people that being wrong means being stupid. So, to avoid that, they use big words and speak quickly, hoping to sound knowledgeable. But this doesn't make them smart. It just makes them good at putting on an act. Number 2. They wear fancy clothes but have poor skin or dental hygiene. When it comes to showing off how well you're doing, your skin and overall health can say a lot. Taking care of yourself, like eating well and getting enough hydration, can have a big impact on your appearance. On the other hand, unhealthy habits like drinking, smoking, or being around pollutants can make you look rough. Rich folks not only take care of themselves, but they can afford to get the little things fixed, like getting their teeth cleaned or getting a mole removed. Meanwhile, people with fewer resources often have to live with health problems because they can't afford to fix them or they're scared to. Just remember, no one cares about the brand on your clothes if your breath stinks. Number 3. They make their things sound more valuable than they are. Don't call your average 3-bedroom house your estate. Stop pretending you paid top dollar when you clearly got it on sale. That ring? Don't act like it's solid gold when it's just gold-plated and you got it on AliExpress. People can tell from a mile away that your chain isn't the real deal. This constant need to make everything seem more impressive than it actually is, not fooling anyone who knows what things are actually worth. Number 4. They flaunt fancy possessions in public. You know those people who always have to show off their wealth? Well, they're probably not actually that wealthy. Rich people don't need to prove it to anyone because they already know they're well off. They're not going to be walking around with tags still on their clothes or flashing their cash all over the place. If you see someone always talking about their latest fancy purchase or carrying around a big wad of $1 bills, it's a pretty good sign that they're not actually as well off as they want you to think. It's easy to spot the people who are just trying to pretend and keep up appearances, and it's usually just a matter of time before they go broke. Number 5. They never finish things and not as impressive as expected. These are the folks who know the catchphrases from books, but never actually read the book. They only scratch the surface and never dive deep. They shy away from real learning because they struggle to concentrate. Instead, they waste time mindlessly scrolling through TikTok, following celebs on Instagram, and pretending to be entrepreneurs with empty LinkedIn profiles. They talk a big game about starting businesses, but nothing ever comes to fruition. Despite being offered the tools to succeed, they still pass, choosing to remain stuck. Number 6. They splurge on things that cost more than their bank account. Let's talk about a couple of things here. First off, did you buy the bag yourself or did you catch your partner cheating and this was your way of moving things along? And second, why do people need to keep up with the Jonases and go into debt just to get an item for social status? People will even spend real money on fake products just for the appearance of being wealthy. But the truth is, it's all fake, and the status will never be real no matter how hard you try to act like it. So, why waste money on something that's not even real? Number 7. They try hard to fit in. When the party's too big to fit in one car, you might see a bunch of people cramming in and pretend they're balling out. But in reality, they're all just trying to save a buck. The same goes for splitting a bottle of wine in a fancy club or taking a pic in first class, then going back to coach. People pretend to be high class, but the truth always shines through. Number 8. They make up for something by using excessively formal language and behavior. It's pretty funny when people try to act all fancy, using big words they don't even know how to use properly. They usually have a limited vocabulary, so they just throw around cliches instead. And they often mispronounce things like brand names and city names like it's some kind of performance. Some of these wannabe high-class types will raise their pinkies when they drink coffee or tea, thinking it makes them look fancy. But it's actually a total myth. In reality, it was a way for people in France in the 17th century to signal that they had syphilis before engaging in sexual acts. But in their quest to come across as professional, these people can forget to be human. Number 9. They wear clothes that are all about flaunting the brand name. Real wealth is all about keeping a low profile. Rich people don't need to flaunt their wealth, so they don't want any extra attention. The only reason you'll see a big brand name on their clothes is so others will know what brand they're wearing. Luxury companies use people who try to seem wealthy as walking advertisements for their products. Before you start thinking about celebrities, know that most of them get the products for free and are actually paid to wear them in public. That's why all truly wealthy people seem to dress in a way that might seem boring to the average person. It's not about showing off their wealth. It's about the quality of the fabric they're wearing. Number 10. They have the latest iPhone, but with a cracked screen. It's like having a fancy car, but with a dented bumper, or a check engine light that's been on for a year. People who can afford nice things usually take care of them and fix them up. That's why you see old British folks driving the same Range Rover they bought decades ago. And if they can't repair it, they'll just get a new one. Number 11. They hop on the latest trends and pretend like it's part of history. You know how many people claim to be gluten intolerant, but have been eating pizza and bread their whole lives? In most cases, it's just a self-diagnosis because it's a trend. Just because you hear about some celebrity who had a panic attack doesn't mean that every little stress you experience is one too. People love to make things about themselves. The difference between these pretenders and actual high society is not about honesty, but about wanting to be seen as part of the group, even if that means labeling yourself with a mental or physical limitation. Always be cautious of people who change their tune and then try to act like they've been this way all along. Number 12. They have flashy designer front gate. If you walk into someone's house and the gate looks like it's straight out of a Versace runway, watch out. This person probably can't afford to heat their massive home and is trying to make up for it with fake architectural elements and gaudy golden paint. The furniture is probably mass-produced and tries to look royal but falls short. And don't even get started on the bright green or orange walls. Emulating luxury without actually understanding it leads to tacky design choices. Number 13. They don't fill up all the way at the gas station despite driving a fancy car. How does it make sense to put $10 worth of gas into a $50,000 car? But hey, some people do it. They'd rather make 4 trips to the gas station a week just to save some cash, even if they're burning through gas just to get there. And let's not forget, an always dirty car is a dead giveaway. Some folks will even wait for the rain instead of hitting up a car wash. You can tell a lot about someone based on the junk they keep hauling around in their fancy ride. Number 14. They drop the names of people they share a gym with. If celebrities hit up the same hair salon or barber as you, but you're not making bank like they are, then chances are you're overspending for the service. High-class imposters love to throw out names in casual convos about how they were in the same room with this celeb or that one. But let's be real, these people don't know who they are. They've got no idea you exist. They just do it in the hopes that some of that fame will rub off on them. Number 15. They get a loan to go on a holiday. Going into debt is bad enough, but taking out loans just to go on a fancy vacation, buy a new TV, or show off is a big red flag. Sure, people do stupid things just to impress others, but financial bankruptcy has to be one of the worst consequences. If someone is impressed by your money, what's going to happen when they realize you don't have any left? You'll be working crazy hours just to make rent while they move on to the next person. It might sound cool, but in reality, most lions have short lives and get taken down by even stronger lions. If you want to have a long and successful life, it's better to avoid this kind of foolish behavior. And there you go. These are the things that show you are pretending to be upper class. Pretending to be upper class might seem like a good idea, but it's usually pretty obvious when someone's doing it. At the end of the day, it's always better to just be yourself. No need to put on a show or try to be someone you're not. Authenticity is always the key to true confidence and success. So, let your true self shine and don't worry about trying to be someone you're not. We hope you learned a lot from this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're always updated with our latest videos. See you later!